But you had an interesting thought a couple days ago.
Actually, on the last podcast.
Now I'm a change. Now, originally, and this is a quick pre-production meeting live on air. The original name of this segment is "You're All 7 Foot Team," but as we were constructing this team, because you had called me last night because you wanted me to hear it, there are some parameters. So can I suggest a name change?
Okay. So here's the name change. The list. These are all guys that are 6'10" and above. Really, just because they list you at 6'10", that doesn't mean that you're not 7 foot. Because how the measurements go, you're measured one time during the combine, or you're measured one time during your sophomore year in high school, and they base it off of that. Most of these guys are true 7-footers, but on paper they're listed as something else. But this list for this particular show is my all 7-footer team. This is a 7-footer team that actually could play against NBA teams or other teams and actually be a functioning basketball squad.
And you didn't just do top 5. You went
I went crazy.
You went 15. So if there was a draft and
I went 19, big homie.
Okay, but there's only 15. All right. I'm sorry, go.
Okay.
Do what you do, man.
Okay, and I'd like to send a shout out to NBA 2K because I basically did my preliminary research using the video game. You know, who will rebound the best, who would be defensively the best, playing with these other people. So my first 7-footer lists at 6'9", but he's truly 7 feet, and it's Kevin Durant. Then my second 7-footer is the Greek freak, Giannis Oladipo.
Now, when you go through your 5, can I kind of set up positions, please?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, So go through your first 5, and then I'll set up positions.
Okay.
So we have the Greek freak and Kevin Durant, right?
And I'm giving you these in no uncertain order.
Right.
It's no order. These are just the guys that made the squad.
So we're not talking about. So this isn't your starting 5.
Right. But as I go through my top 10, maybe you can pull a starting 5 out of that top 10.
Well, I'm gonna, for the purposes of time and for the purposes of this, your first 5 will be your starting 5, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Then my second, my third person is Andrew Bogut, and it's strictly because he's a good defensive center and he knows how to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Then my fourth 7-footer is Anthony Davis, and we were disputing this while we were in pre-production last night. There's been different stories. I heard he was 6'6" and grew 8 inches. I heard he was 6'6" and grew 8 inches.
And I heard he was 6'3" and grew 6 inches.
Right. But we're still going to list him as a 7-footer. Then our last and fifth.
Wait. So you have the Greek freak, Andrew Bogut, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. What was your fifth one?
Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay. This is gonna be your preliminary starting five, right?
And this is the preliminary starting five to start the game. This isn't the best.
This isn't the best lineup. We still think
this. I mean, this isn't the all scores lineup. This is
Yeah. Okay, so your point guard would be a toss up between the Greek Freak, and you can actually run a 2 point guard set with this lineup because Anthony Davis has point guard skills because he was a point guard in high school by him being 6'3" for his freshman year and didn't grow till his junior year. You also have Greek Freak with point guard skills, and he's a legitimate 7 feet. So you can actually run a 2 point guard set, a type of 2 point guard set offense with that. KD plays his natural position, more of a small forward. Andrew
on the 2 guard.
But in a 2 point guard set, you would have one of the point guards would actually be kind of a scorer, and it would be a toss up because both of them can score. So I'm trying to see how that would go. But KD's role as like the 3 or the big 2 guard, but he would actually guard the small forward. His role is more pivotal because in closing time he would actually be the go-to guy. And then you have Bogut as Bogut as your center, as your straight center, and he'll pass out the double team well. He passes in the post well, and then you have Karl Anthony Towns, who is an athletic power forward.
Right.
So you like that breakdown? Am I off base here?
I mean, come see, come side. They all. It's pretty much academic at that point. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just roll the ball out.
So then you got your second five, and this is your preliminary bench.
Okay. I know the New York Knicks fans are gonna hate me, but I would have Kristaps Porzingis as my 6th man.
Okay.
Just come off the bench and get them buckets.
Okay.
Then in another bench spot, I would have Boogie Cousins.
Okay.
Then in another bench spot, I would have Tyson Chandler.
Okay.
Can I just rattle them off real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then finishing out the roster, I would have Marc Gasol, Mason Plumlee, Cody Zeller, Tristan Thomas, and this is a wild card that you contributed over the 4 podcasts that we've done. You really been watching OKC, and you like the Sabonis kid.
Yeah.
His name is Domantas Sabonis. He's a good stretch 4. I don't know what type of player he's going to be yet, but I actually watched the OKC game earlier this week, and I really, he's got some talent. Now, these last, and then we also have Steve Adams and Andre Drummond and JaVale McGee, because JaVale McGee is going to be a good defensive player. He's coming into his own with Golden State. And I
think with JaVale McGee, and we're not gonna break down your bench because as I'm listening to the list, which is awesome list, there are things that I'm like, oh, okay, I can't really break down positions after the first 5. But with JaVale McGee, see, this is what happens when you're a journeyman center and you have all the talent in the world and you've been with a lot of bad teams and you really don't. We're going to see JaVale McGee, like you said, come in his own, partially because it's a good team and he's not expected to do, like,
everything.
Right. You know, he's not like the franchise sitter. No, he's gonna be in rotation. And for what
Right.
he does, he's athletic still. He still jumps out the gym. He's a rim protector, which with Andrew Bogut leaving and a couple other rim protectors leaving, with everybody with the second tier Warriors kind of leaving and going to other places. JaVale McGee is probably gonna end up being their rim protector, which they will need in the playoffs.
So, and then we have some legacy picks, some dudes that I just wanted to put on this team for what they've done and what they've been in the league, and just, they're 7 feet. So we have Tyson Chandler.
You mentioned Tyson Chandler.
Right, we have Tyson Chandler. We have Joakim Noah, and he's coming back from injury. But the reason why I couldn't put him on there defensively is he's been hurt over the last 2 years.
Now, here's why. Because I actually suggested Joakim Noah. Here's why I think he's important for this list. Joakim Noah, during Derrick Rose's his injury year, his initial injury year where he was done, they ran a point center offense where Joakim could actually handle the ball. Now we've seen big men go coast to coast. I just ranted about Blake Griffin going coast to coast, a few minutes ago, but it was to the point because the Bulls didn't have a guard that was a point guard that was willing to look to run your stuff. So Tibbs ran a set where basically Joakim was running the point and he was setting people up. Did that really do anything for the Bulls? Not really. It looked kind of clunky a little bit just because we weren't used to seeing it. But for the purposes of this list, Joakim Noah is you can start your bench with him and then work your way around everywhere else.
Right. And then we have finishing up the bench, and actually I'm going to say this, Hassan Whiteside and Dirk Nowitzki. Now Dirk, they haven't measured him since he was in Germany playing in junior high.
He's 7 feet.
He's 7 feet though. But Dirk is 7 feet, and Hassan Whiteside has so much upside, but we haven't found how to motivate him yet.
We're gonna see his motivation this year because it's basically him and Justice Winslow.